Greetings. It is my ambition to start to make videos. In between the more involved videos that I make, to make videos or podcasts that involve the absolute minimum of editing. The idea being that I will then produce more, but not spend so much time on them. That's the ambition. I'm not sure when I will achieve that, but we'll see what happens. For the moment, I have just finished the demonstration phase of my next video about using bullet journals to organize myself as a writer. I'm not sure when that's going to come out because there will be quite a bit of editing involved and I may have to refilm it, but let's hope not. I worry that the bullet journal series represents a sanitized version of the whole process. That is to say, prior to making the video that I've just finished, I was thinking that, but the result was rather disappointing. So I'm not sure how that will work out. The thing is that I went through a bad patch in March and in April, and I tried to scramble back to a good writing routine in May, but it didn't work out very well. I'm more hopeful of June. Things are moving quite well at the moment, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. I need to make a video in the bullet journal series about coping with failure, about getting over it. But I don't feel strong enough to do that just at the moment. So, well, although maybe the video I've just made will turn out to be like that. We shall see. The video I most recently published, a little over a week ago now, as I record this, was about the Guardian's 100 best novels in English. It's done very well. The video has done very well. For me, it's done very well. It's been viewed by 140 plus people, and of those 140 plus, 57%, that is to say 80, were still watching after 30 seconds, which YouTube tells me is about average. 11%, 15 people that is, watched it all the way through. So to you 15 who watched it all the way through, thank you very much. And I admire your stamina. 17 and a half minutes is a bit much. Even I can see that. 23%, 33 people then, seem to have watched it for at least 14 minutes, which is very good. I should probably make a follow-up video because The Guardian has published a new list. This weekend just gone, I'm recording this on a Monday, the Guardian published its, I won't say revised list, but its popular list, shall we say. They had been receiving nominations from the general public, from Guardian readers, and apparently over 3,000 people had written in with their suggestions for the books that should be in the top 100 list. And now The Guardian has gone through all of those nominations and ordered them and produced a new list of 100 best novels. Well, of course, I went through the list. I would say that about a third of the books in the list are the same as the books in the original 100 best novels list. Something between a half and a third are the same, and then the rest are new. When I did the original best 100 novels list, went through it and checked all the ones that I had read, my score was between 63 and 64, depending. You'll have to see that previous video to see what I'm talking about there. But let's say 63 novels. The funny thing was that when I went through this new list, I've read 63 novels in the new list. So my score is the same, even though the list has changed. In this new list, Middlemarch is still in the top 3, I think, but the book at the top of the list is a complete surprise. It isn't a complete surprise. It's The Lord of the Rings, which came in at the top. It was chosen by most people as their best novel. Well, when I was 15, I read The Lord of the Rings repeatedly, yeah, I enjoyed it very much then. I think I've grown out of it now. I did read it once all the way through after the film series, Peter Jackson's film series, the original film series, I should say, came out at the beginning of the millennium. I read it again and I thought, yeah, it's all right. I don't think it's the best novel ever written in English, but all right. Everyone's taste is different. So as I say, I probably should make another video on the subject. The YouTube gurus would certainly recommend it. If you've been successful with one thing, you should do something slightly different and be successful again. But to be honest, I think it would be boring to do that. So I won't. I will just say what I've just said now. I can say something about how I made that video though, because it took an awful long time. I filmed myself as I am filming myself now. I did not produce a written script, but I talked freely from a bulleted list, which is what I've got in front of me here. I thought it helped. It gave me a certain amount of freedom in my speech. The drawback was that I was repetitive. I said things that were not true. I filmed myself in the end 4 times, and I then went back and I edited. It was noticeable that the 2 later takes were much easier than the earlier 2. Easier. I was less stiff. So that was good. On the other hand, the sound quality varied. And anyway, I edited each of the 4 down into its separate sections. I cut extraneous bits, and then I tried to marry them up into a new video, the final video that was published. Each of the full raw films, the takes, was between 35 and 45 minutes long. So I edited it down to 17.5 minutes, which was, I would say it's an achievement, but it took a hell of a long time. So I'm going to try and do this in one take. We will see what happens. My ambition is to keep the videos down to about 8 to 12 minutes in length, because that's the sort of length that I personally enjoy viewing. So I kind of assume that you're not going to be interested in very long videos either, but that you are interested enough in videos so that you will sit through, well, the 15 of you who sat through 17.5 minutes, fantastic. The 33 of you who sat through 14 minutes of the video, excellent. I kind of think that if I can keep it to 12 minutes, maybe I will have 33 people watching by the end. Well, we'll see. The ambition is always to improve. Each video is going to be better than the next, but who knows? As I say, I would very much like to be able to produce some videos like this, which are sort of easier and shorter and more conversational, to intersperse with the more edited, developed films, the ones that have B-roll and extra material. I enjoy making videos, but I also am reluctant to spend so much time on them, time that I could be spending on writing, for example, or time that I could be spending on something else, like, for example, working on developing my studio, which I talked about a couple of videos ago. That is still a work in progress, which is why I'm in the kitchen at home now. I've been talking for 30 minutes now, so maybe it's time to wind this up. I thought I would be talking about writing, but I see that I have been talking about books, I've been talking about videos, I've been talking about my bullet journal and the studio. So maybe the next of these informal face-to-camera ramblings will be about my writing process and my writing life. If all goes to plan, I will do these talks every second week. But, you know, we'll see how things work out. Anyway, for me, for now, let me say cheerio until the next video. Bye-bye.